think my reindeer antlers fit on screen. We'll just have to pretend, I guess, right? Imagination. Hello friends, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Megan, and here we talk about all things books, writing, grammar, and more. If you haven't already, please make sure to give this video a like. It helps out my channel a ton, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Alright, so do you guys know that game, Would You Rather? I thought it would be really fun to kick off the holiday season by playing the Would You Rather Author Edition. Alright, number 1. Would you rather have a male MC, main character, or a female MC? Despite the fact that my debut novel mainly follows a male MC, I would say I would prefer a female MC. Number 2, would you rather wake up before dawn every day to write, or stay up early into the morning hours to write? I would absolutely rather stay up and write long into the morning and then go to sleep. That is just my body schedule anyway. I am such a night owl. I am up till 4 o'clock in the morning anyway, so if I had to get up at like 5 a.m., that would be the worst case scenario. Number 3, would you rather write a book that is torturous to write, but which is very popular, or write a book that is fun to write, but which is only known by a small audience? This is very tough. I feel like my debut novel has been a bit torturous to write. It's been almost 3 years and I have been killing myself trying to write this book, so I feel like it's torturous anyway. So if it's gonna be torturous for me this time, I'd rather more people know and follow the book. I always want to make my book the best it can be, so I'm not saying you can't have fun doing that, but if I have to torture myself a little, that's not a big deal. Number 4, would you rather write sci-fi or fantasy? 100% I would rather write fantasy, but I would not be against writing sci-fi. I would definitely just prefer fantasy. Number 5, would you rather use first person or third person? I prefer writing in third person, but it also does depend on the genre. I would absolutely consider writing in first person, maybe for a romance or a mid-grade novel, but for the stories that I'm writing right now, I prefer third person. Number 6, would you rather meet any character of any book in real life for 1 day, or personally know any author that you wish? This is also a tough one. There are many characters I would love to meet in real life, but I think being personally close to any author of my choice would be far more beneficial to me. I could get like the inside on what I should be doing for my book, how I can do better, you know, possibly like if in this scenario they are a close friend, then we could probably be critique partners, and I think it would be really fun, just like someone else to have a friendship with in the community. Number 7, would you rather only be able to write your book in scenes from end to beginning, or only be able to write it in scenes that jump around the timeline randomly? I feel like sometimes I already randomly jump around the timeline, but I think if I had to stick to just one, I would rather write end to beginning. Number 8, would you rather only be able to write dialogue if you act out the voices, or only be able to write action if you act it out in real life? I would say dialogue. I do that anyways. I will make different voices talking back and forth between my characters, trying to get each voice, make sure that it actually sounds correct. So since I do it anyways, I'd rather just do that. Number 9, would you rather traditionally publish with the most successful publishing house in your genre, but you have to wait 2 years to see your book in print? Or would you rather self-publish with no expense or marketing assistance, but you see your book in print within 3 months? Now, as a self-publisher, it's really weird for me to say I'd rather, in this scenario, be traditionally published. It just feels like 3 months is way too quick to do everything in the process that I would need to do. So I'm having to wait 3 years for my book anyway. I can wait 2 years to be traditionally published with a successful publisher. Number 10, would you rather write a goofy story or a serious story? I would rather write a serious story. Number 11, would you rather have an authorial voice that always sounds like the narrator from Planet Earth, or have an authorial voice that always sounds like Captain Kirk? I'm gonna say Planet Earth. Number 12, would you rather write a story knowing that you will have to kill off your main character eventually, or write a story knowing that everyone the main character is close to will eventually have to be killed off? This is also an insanely tough one because even though I feel the most connection to the Emcee because I know their story fully, there are also so many other characters that I feel a huge pull to. So I'm gonna have to kill off everyone that my Emcee is close to, I think. Number 13, would you rather leave your ending somewhat open and bittersweet, or leave your ending on a cliffhanger? This completely depends on whether I'm writing the first book in a series or a standalone or the last book in a series. If it is the final thing that I'm writing for that story, I want to leave it, somewhat open, bittersweet. Things actually conclude, have a nice ending. But if it's book 1 in a series, I'm going to leave it on a cliffhanger. Number 14, would you rather have your cover art designed by Tim Burton or have your cover art designed by Stan Lee? I would say Tim Burton. It fits my genre much better and I like that style a lot. Number 15, would you rather write in many different genres or in only one genre? I would rather write in many genres. That's my goal, so I would rather write a lot. Number 16, would you rather write physical disability or mental illness? I would rather write both. I have both of these sorts of characters in my novel, and they're great fun to write just like all my other characters, so this would be both. Number 17, would you rather have an orphaned main character with good friends or a main character with a good-sized family with family problems? I would rather write an orphan with good friends. Number 18, would you rather write a sex scene or not write a sex scene? Preferably, I don't like to write sex scenes. They make me a little uncomfortable to have to write, but sometimes I need them, but I would rather not. Number 19, would you rather write about uncertain dangers and intrigue or write about direct confrontation and violence? As someone who loves mystery in fiction, I would absolutely rather write uncertain dangers. And finally, number 20. Would you rather have to answer every single question put in front of you by fans or have no fans asking you any questions? This is a terrible scenario. I wouldn't want to have to answer every single question because then spoilers, but then if no one's asking you questions, then no one likes your book, and then that's also a terrible situation. So I guess I would have to say that I would rather have to answer every single question and try my hardest to answer the questions indirectly or kind of dance around any spoilers. So there you have it, 20 Would You Rather questions, author edition. Please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more bookish and writing related videos. Thanks for being here and I'll see you next time. Bye.